CSST filters part 6, more advanced techniques. Let's take a look at the filter builder and how you can save and combine sets of filter conditions. If we go to the custom selection criteria page, and we're going to clear out the previous example that we had put in here, so we click reset, which clears everything. I still want to look at clients, and what I want to produce is a list of all clients who are heads of household. So clients table is already selected. I can come down here, type in HEAD, and we get head of household. And then we just want to say that it's a checkbox, so it's either yes or no, checked or not checked. And so we want to say yes, it's like yes. We can add that to the list, and we can apply it. And we'll see a list of all clients here, all 549 who are heads of household. But I want to save that. So I click the save, and I just say head of household as the name. We say OK, and we can apply and continue, and again that's applied in the client list grid so that we have all heads of household. But we want to do something a little more complicated, so I'm going to click the filters button again, go back here, and I want to start over again, so I'm going to reset this to clear everything out. This time I want a list of all clients who are between the ages of 2 and 5. So clients table still applicable, and now we want something called decimal age, which is simply the calculated age in years carried out to 4 decimal places. So if you're 2 years and 1 month, it would be roughly 2.125 as the age, and that allows you to do something like this. We can go in the comparison operator. We want to say now between, which we haven't used that example before. And so we can put in 2 ages here, and you see that we're showing decimal places up to 4 places. So if we wanted to play games with that, we could, but of course we're just looking for 2 and 5. We're going to add that to the list, and we say apply, and it gives us a list of 47 who are children who are between the ages of 2 and 5 as of today's date. So that might be useful in many contexts, but we also may want to see all family members who are, or maybe just the parents. So you've got a list of what we call modifiers down here at the checkboxes at the bottom of the filter builder. So for the list that is currently displayed, based on whatever means you use to get to that list, which could have been your own filter conditions or a CSST query, we can add to that list all family members of anyone who appears in the list. We can add parents only, and that will be family members who meet certain conditions over a certain age and so forth, and we can talk about that later. Or we can limit it to parents only. In other words, we're going to remove all the children in this case between 2 and 5, and list only the parents of those children who are between 2 and 5. Well, let's do it this way. All family members, and it asks me if I really want to do this, and I say yes. And now the count goes from 47 up to 120. So we now have all the children between 2 and 5 and all their family members. And we could apply that. But let's suppose that we now want to see only the heads of household of those children. So we can't go back and apply head of household and ages 2 and 5 at the same time, because presumably there are no children between the ages of 2 and 5 who are also the head of household. But we have a list of all the family members of those people. So if we combine that with that previous list of filter conditions that we created for head of household, which we can do by clicking this combine button, and then it's going to give us a similar pop-up to what we saw in part 5, where you're combining results with a CSST query. So we want to see everybody who is, again in this case, in both, not just the ones who are not in. So we'll say in both, and then we get to choose this previously saved set of filter conditions that we created. We click apply, and then it asks me, do I want to reapply the all family members filter modifier? Well, in this case, I don't, because I want to limit that list to only those who are head of household. So if I were to say yes here, I would get all the family members back in again. So we'll say no, and we click continue, and we now have a list of all heads of household who have children between the ages of 2 and 5.